day was hot, so she didn't want to do anything. So basically had breakfast, and then at breakfast she called her friend because she had an extra table that she wanted to take to Mariana's house down the road. The friend she called had a truck, so he came to help take the table over to Mariana's house. I helped her. She's like, oh yeah, I don't really want to do anything outside, so what if I could use your help like cleaning the house a little bit. She had me vacuum. If anyone knows, if anyone's paying attention in my vlogs, I like sweeping and I love mopping. I do not like vacuuming. That was a thing for like the chores at work. I would always pick mopping because I liked mopping, or dry mopping, which was sweeping. I hate vacuuming, but anyway, I vacuumed and she mopped. We went and got lunch, and then one thing, so she like kept making noises while she was eating, and it was reminding me of in Arkansas. Sunshine and Nate both did it, but I think it was mostly Sunshine, where they would like moan randomly, but especially while eating. And she was doing that while she was eating. It was just so weird. I've discovered through Worldpackers that I do not like when people moan while eating. So there's that. Then we went to Sam's Club, and I've never been to a Sam's Club before. I mean, it's like basically Costco, but the food court is still like, I think you can still eat there without having to have a membership. But we got frozen yogurt. It was like this big, $1, one singular dollar, and I got the chocolate one, and it tasted exactly like a Wendy's. What are Wendy's things called? I literally had to Google it. A Wendy's Frosty. It tasted exactly like their chocolate Frosty, but it was giant for $1. And then like everything was $1. And apparently they had pretzels for $1. So we need to look into that when we get home. And by we, I mean me. Another random crazy lore drop. So we're walking through Sam's Club, and the song Rosanna comes on. We're walking, and she goes, I used to hang out with Rosanna. You know, the girl this song's about? Of course you did, because why wouldn't you? Oh gosh, what did she say? So Rosanna was dating the guitarist in Toto, not the lead singer, but the lead singer was like, her name just fit with the song. And right before the song came out, she actually left the guitarist for some drummer of some other band that Debbie doesn't remember. She said that one night Rosanna picked Debbie up in her little yellow Volkswagen Beetle, and they went to whatever club, whatever the heck, and then back to Toto's guitarist's apartment, place, whatever, because she wanted to go do coke with them, and Debbie did not want to do that. She wanted to go home and go to sleep. And so when they got there, the guy was like, oh, you can sleep in my roommate's room, he's not here right now. So then Debbie went to sleep, and I guess she was friends with some radio disc jockey that was like really big in LA, I guess, and she knew him from the clubs. And early in the morning, she was woken up, and it was by the DJ, and she's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, you're in my bed. And apparently he was roommates with that other guy. And then she's like, yeah, that was kind of the last time me and Rosanna hung out, because she was a little too hardcore for me, because I guess she wanted to do coke and Debbie did not. But yeah, so apparently Rosanna is a real girl, and Debbie was friends with her. And she's like, yeah, I saw her a few years ago at my daughter's like softball game or something random. She was like, yeah, I was trying to like talk to her, but she didn't really remember a lot of when we were hanging out. I'm like, it's probably because she was on coke the whole time. So anyway, some fun Debbie lore again today for you. And then we came home and we moved Amir, and then we took the dogs out back, and then we realized that the bags of wildflower seeds that we had, some animal opened them right up and they were just piles all over the tennis court. So we had to like sweep those up and then distribute them because we're like, well, they're already out of the bag. We might as well try to put them where we want them. So that was the day. But yeah, that is my update. I am staying until Friday. I'm not watching any Lord of the Rings tonight. That 4 hours really took it out of me. That is what I have for you today. So that was not the end of the day, apparently. So I ended up going to the store by myself, and when I went out, I saw some furniture on the side of the road that looked pretty cool. And so when I got back, I showed her the picture, and she's like, is it close? And I'm like, yeah, it's like a mile down the road. And she's like, do you want to go for a ride? So then we went to go look at it. Apparently it was not real wood, so she was not interested. On our drive back, we passed her friend Darlene, I think was her name. Her house / property, like she has a house, but then like a really big yard that's been turned into like a garden, like sanctuary situation. I don't know if it's open to the public or if she just like invites certain like people or groups over. I didn't really get that much info, but she had some fun energy. We got into the conversation of like she does it all by herself, and Debbie's like, you need to get on Worldpackers and get some volunteers. That's how Rhiannon's here. She really wants us. She's like, you have to come back before you leave. And so I think, I mean, there's not a lot of days left, because even though I'm not leaving tomorrow, I am leaving Friday because I have to. But so I think we will either go back tomorrow or Thursday probably, and I guess help her set up a Worldpackers account. And she's like, but I want you. And I'm like, well, you can make an account and then I can apply to your place. Ashley, if you're watching this, or Aurora, both, I really need you guys to like suss out if Christy is planning on having me watch Ruthie or not, because I don't want to ask her because I'm still annoyed, but I also really would like to know because it would help me make my life plans a lot easier. So anyway, she was fun. I've determined, because like of all the comments that she's made, it's like I like haven't been able to place to what degree she's problematic. She's like questionably racist / homophobic, but then she'll say things where that like she seems like chill about it, but then a lot of comments where she's not chill about it. And so I'm like what's going on here? And I think I've determined today, based off of things that she said, I think she's classist, because that makes sense to me, because I was like, I feel like a lot of people from California, especially like the LA area, would be pretty open to people unless they're poor. And I think that's the thing, because today we're driving and she went on to a whole thing about how she sees all this stuff about how people in the lower and middle classes can't afford to buy houses, but then the people who do buy houses just don't take care of them at all, and that she thinks that there should be a requirement that you have to agree to when you buy your house that says that you're going to take care of it, and that you should be required to take classes on how to take care of a house if you don't already have those skills. I get where she's coming from, but like I feel like it felt very much like the stereotypical like boomer thing where boomers like don't realize that the world is not what it was when they were young, and that you can't just buy a house working at McDonald's. Like, so if someone can like barely afford their house and they have no skills for taking care of a house, which I would say a lot of people don't, because it's not something that is taught like anywhere. If something breaks in your house and you don't know how to fix it, you then would have to have someone else who does know how to do it fix it, which costs money. So if you're like already barely affording to have this house and something happens that you can't fix yourself, which is probably a lot of things, like, yeah, sometimes it's gonna have to wait. She just like really can't stand poor people is what it's come down to. And I think that's the other thing why she thinks that like the other side of the street is the ghetto, the hood. And I just think it's the poor side. What does it matter to you? She was yapping and I was sitting there. I'm like, I feel like if this woman was a part of an HOA, she would be that like crazy HOA president, because like she's like, they don't even mow their lawns. Like, why does it matter? It's better for the environment if you don't mow your lawn, to be fair. And actually, the lady that we just went and saw, her friend Debbie, it's like, what do you do with all your leaves? Because we just bagged like 68 of them. And she's like, why did you bag them? Just mulch them. And she's like, I literally just run them over with the mower, and then they just go back into the earth like they're supposed to. And then my lawn is healthy. Anyway, I'm ranting. This is going